Through the mist, through the woods, through the darkness and the shadows, it's a nightmare, but it's one exciting ride. Say a prayer, then we're there at the drawbridge of a castle, and there's something truly terrible inside. It's a beast, he's got fangs, razor sharp ones, massive paws, killer claws for the feast. Hear him roar, see him foam, but we're not coming home till he's dead. Good and dead! Kill the beast!
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the First Two Beers podcast. You are listening to myself, Mr. Elliot Welsh, and
Chris McVinney.
We're going to give our reviews of three March movies that have come out: Logan, Beauty and the Beast, and Kong Skull Island. This is a battle of the beasts, if you will.
I like that title.
Thank you. And we're going to start with the actual beast in the title, Beauty and the Beast. Chris, what'd you think of Beauty and the Beast?
So,
Yeah.
I didn't see this one.
Okay.
If our normal listeners will know I do that a lot.
But to be fair, I did not see Kong Skull Island, so
so there you go.
so I'll kind of take the reins on this one.
All right.
Hand it off to you later. We both saw Logan, and be forewarned, Logan's going to get the heftiest
Yeah.
of the discussions
And
today.
if you haven't seen it yet, just go watch it.
Just
Stop listening to this and go watch it.
press stop, go see Logan, and
Come back.
come back and listen to us. And
But make sure you come back.
obviously, come back. Yeah, we already got their click. We're good.
Yeah, we're all right.
All right, okay. Beauty and the Beast.
It's a tale as old as time, I hear.
Stole my goddamn line. It is a tale as old as time, Chris. And can I ask you this, Chris? Have you seen the 1991 animated film?
Yes, I did see the cartoon version.
If you enjoyed the original, I think you would also enjoy the live-action retelling, I guess is what I'll
I
call it.
like Emma Watson.
Emma Watson gives a good performance in this movie. She's a very solid Belle. I think it was a good pick. I couldn't really think of another actress in Hollywood right now that I would rather have play Belle. This is a very good movie. And the songs are great.
Because you said if I liked the original, I would like this.
You would, yeah. Because you're basically just
Watching the live
watching
action.
the animated with
not-
with real people.
It's not shot for shot, though.
Not shot for shot. And it's
Close one?
obviously longer. They've extended it. They've kind of...
Do they add any songs?
They add some songs. They're not very memorable, but they're short. The new ones they add are kind of short. The Beast gets a nice song at the end, which is probably the best of the new songs. He gets a nice little beastly moment, because he doesn't really sing in the animated one. The musical numbers work great, because you know them. I mean, even if you haven't seen the movie in 10 years, you still know Gaston song, the opening, Belle.
I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't remember any of these
You don't-
songs. Minus the A Tale as Old as Time song. I remember that song.
It's called Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah, that one. I remember that one.
Sung by
Angela Lansbury.
91-year-old.
Angela Lansbury.
Yeah.
Jessica Fletcher.
Be Our
for
Guest.
the,
Be Our Guest. Guest is a classic.
Murder, She Wrote fans. Yeah, Be Our Guest. I do remember that. What's the name? What's a couple of other tunes? Maybe I do remember them.
I think I named I named the majority of them there. Those are
There's
the.
like 4 songs.
There's like 6, I think.
So it's not like
But
a
like there's
whole
the
musical?
the Mob song. I don't think I would really be like, oh, you remember the Mob song, right, Chris?
I do love a good mob song.
That one's led by Gaston.
He's the villain.
He is the villain, and I'll tell you this.
But is he really a villain?
Yes, he's definitely he's a villain. He's a little bit more developed in this live action movie, as are a lot of the characters.
Sure.
They're less cartoonish, you could say.
I guess as a cartoon, you don't have to be really fleshed out with a deep story.
No. So Gaston in this, he starts out not being quite the douchey guy that he starts out in the animated movie, but he gets evil, obviously towards the end.
Real quick.
Yeah, you're not rooting for Gaston in this movie.
Did you rewatch the cartoon before you went?
I did. I watched it last week, but I like half watched it. I put it on so my daughter could watch it. She watched the cartoon, so I was like, let's put this on, see if she likes it. She liked it.
Nice.
She said the word beast.
Does it hold up?
I think it holds up, yeah. It's got a quick pace to it.
And does this new one follow the same pacing? There's a couple spots that's a little lowly.
I mean, like I said, they stretch it out a little bit more.
Yeah.
So you're not going from like song to song to song as quickly as you did in this, but it moves,
All right.
And when the song starts, when Gaston starts his song, when Be Our Guest is starting up, you're gearing up, you're ready to go. You're like, all right, let's see how they do this.
Yeah.
And for the most part, they knock it out of the park with all their musical numbers.
Well, that's good to hear.
I think
Who directed it?
it was directed by Bill Condon? Dreamgirls. He directed Dreamgirls.
Oh, sure. Never saw it, but I know.
And he was a writer on Chicago, so he's got a musical background. The whole production design is really what I noticed when I watched this. It's a good time at the theater. It feels very big in scope, you know.
It's a real popcorn flick.
It is a popcorn flick, and you know there were times throughout the movie when the audience actually let out a clap or two.
Oh, I don't like when that happens.
Well, it's because people are having a good time. They're smiling.
You're not at a theater. You're not watching a play. I hate it when people applaud at movies.
I'm sorry.
Come on.
Well, don't let that affect your feelings towards.
Probably never gonna watch it now.
Just because of that. If you watch it at home, I think you can resist.
Oh, no, see, I applaud at home.
It's my own time.
Yeah.
If I think it deserves it, I'll give it a nice golf clap.
I gave Sue a few films standing ovations in my house.
While weeping?
Yeah, like 8-9 minutes standing. I was just applauding.
I'm giving Beauty and the Beast probably an 8 out of 10 rating.
Oh, okay.
So that's a solid review.
Yeah.
You know, that's 8 thumbs.
That is 8 thumbs.
That's a good amount of thumbs.
That's a lot of thumbs.
And it gets it because of, like I was saying, the
Josh Gad character. Really
the Josh Gad character is really well developed. He's LeFou, Gaston's right-hand man.
Yeah.
And they definitely give him more of a character arc than.
I thought he played the snowman.
That is Frozen, Chris.
Oh.
God damn it.
Olaf.
Let it go. See what I did there?
Yeah, I did.
All right.
I did. Didn't care for it, but I saw it.
Yeah, in fact, I'll go as far as to say that Josh Gad and the actor who plays Gaston.
Chris Evans.
That's Captain America, though.
Luke Evans.
Luke Evans. There we go. I knew it was something like that. They're two of the standouts of the movie.
Really?
Yeah. Like every time they're on screen, you're enjoying yourself. You're laughing, and you're just the dude sounds just like Gaston too.
Is it true there's a tent broke back scene? I heard
between Gaston and LeFou.
LeFou.
He said, "I can't quit you, LeFou." No, Chris. It's a PG movie.
Well, I know that people are up in arms because they made the Josh Gad character gay.
Yeah, they came out earlier that this is the first openly gay character in a Disney film, which I'm kind of shocked that's really took till 2017 to get there.
Yeah.
But it's very subtle and it works for his character perfectly.
Really?
Yeah. And it gives his character, like I said, a better character arc.
Yeah, a little more depth.
Exactly.
But did it need to happen?
Yeah, it did. Because, I mean, think about the animated version of that character.
Yeah.
The guy clearly has a man crush on
Gaston.
So
Okay.
this just
I think they just went with it on this, huh?
what?
They just went with it on this, huh?
They just were like, well, this is live action now. If we're gonna have a character like that,
We'll do it.
let's just
2017.
Yeah, let's make it realistic instead of just hiding what everybody's already thinking.
Right.
So yeah,
Get it out there on the forefront.
exactly. That was great. Anybody who has a problem with that, you're stupid and stop listening to this podcast.
Yeah, because really,
Come on, it's 2017, people. There's a gay character in a Disney movie. Good.
deal with it. Oh, there was a gay character. The rug from Aladdin.
They've just been sweeping that under the rug for years.
They said he was a good lay.
Beauty and the Beast. Solid picture. Good for the whole family.
8 thumbs.
8 thumbs out of 10 thumbs. I would recommend you go see it, especially if you're a fan of the original. If you're a fan of the original, I don't know how you couldn't like this movie. It expanded on the mythology a little bit and also filled in some plot holes that you maybe didn't think about but were definitely in the original. And they address it because in a live action you have to address these things, otherwise it gets a little bit silly. Mm-hmm. For instance, and this isn't really a spoiler because it's Beauty and the Beast. Everybody knows the story pretty much, and whatever.
Tales of Old Time.
Tales of Old as Time. We're gonna keep saying that. Tales of Old as Time.
Doesn't get old.
At the beginning, when the witch comes in and she puts the spell on them all, if you're thinking logically, you're like, well, the town isn't that far away. Wouldn't they realize, what happened to the castle and the beast and his servants and everything? In this, that's addressed. It says that she also wiped the memories of all the town folk.
Oh.
So that's why they don't know about the castle and the beast and all the servants. So that clears that
How
up.
far is the town to the castle? Because I feel like these villagers would have still gone out and happened upon a castle, right?
Well, there's kind of like a magicness to the castle. Because Like
There's
it's
magic
all
in this movie?
yes, it's a Disney film. Because there's snow on the ground, even though it's June. They mention that a lot of times. So if you get too close to the castle, like that whole area is just forever winter.
Okay.
So I don't know, maybe
A lot of snow covers
maybe
that
like
castle.
yeah.
Huh?
So they just don't stumble into it.
Okay.
It's implied that it's because they their minds have been messed with.
Okay.
So I like that they gave a little bit more mythology there
All right.
to the story of Beauty and the Beast. And then also they address Belle's mother in it as well, which adds a little bit of emotion to the plot because you know that she's died.
Because they don't bring it. She's not even like mentioned.
No, it's never addressed.
Just her dad.
Yeah, it's never addressed. In this one, they kind of give a little bit of backstory as to what happened to her mom and the sacrifice that she made for the family. And
Yeah.
why, she's with a single parent.
Did she fall on a dagger?
No, it's nothing that dramatic. It's more honest to history. It's about like the plague and stuff like
okay.
that, which is this. It's not a gripe because this is a Disney movie and it's the same gripe you could have had with the animated movie, and because it's this is a fun, happy Hollywood musical, we let it slide. But this movie takes place in France, and the characters have British accents, and they speak English. Except for the candle, who has a French accent, but still speaks English. I mean, that's a little bit of a plot hole there, but I'm going to let it
They
slide.
didn't address that.
No, because no one...
The witch didn't mess with their minds.
mess with their mouths. No. And they didn't need to because most people don't think about that, just weirdos like me.
Okay. You brought up something about Dumb and Dumber. Beauty and the Beast.
Hell yeah. And we never got to it. Thank you for reminding me. So... one of the biggest laughs in Beauty and the Beast. Yes, we did talk about Beauty and the Beast at one point during this podcast. Very poetically, if I might say so myself.
Oh, yeah.
They have this joke in it. It's in the middle part. You probably remember the song from Beauty and the Beast when she said, "There's something there that wasn't there before." And they're doing a montage of her like hanging out with the Beast, and they're like building snowmen and shit like that.
Olaf.
No. Then they actually don't build a snowman, but they're hanging out in the snow. So she throws a snowball at the Beast. And he makes this massive snowball and just nails her in the face.
No.
It happens in the movie. And I'm like,
I gotta see that.
that's hilarious.
That sounds fun.
And I was like,
Dumb and Dumber.
I was like, someone had to have seen, like, that. There's Dumb and Dumber has to be at least in the back of your
Whoever
mind.
was writing that was like, oh, I'm gonna steal this joke.
He's like, I'm writing the Beauty and the Beast remake. I'm gonna put some Dumb and Dumber humor in it. It was hilarious.
How does she take it?
She just gets smacked in the face.
Yeah.
And then they cut away, so you never see what happens. But it nails her in the face. This giant.
Like, cool if it like shows her like a bloody nose.
Buries her head in the snow after that.
There's a rock in that snowball.
Start trying to fight her like Harry Dunn shows up. So I think that's all I got to say on Beauty and the Beast. It's a great movie. Sorry if I wasn't more eloquent, but what can I say? I do my best.
So you're gonna sound like Shakespeare compared to my Kong review.
Okay, Kong Skull Island. I haven't seen it, and I was thinking about seeing it actually today as a double feature, and you kind of put the brakes on that for me a little bit. So let's hear it.
It was okay.
Glowing review. They're gonna put that on the poster, I think. It was ... okay. Chris McVinney. First two beers. It's our first credit. We're waiting for Rotten Tomatoes to put us on their rating system too.
Well, I mean, and that's all I gotta say about that.
That's your review? Done? Let's start. Give me some.
No, so
what about thumbs? Give me the thumbs starting off.
I would give it probably 5 thumbs,
Okay.
maybe 5.5. There's a lot of people in it, actor-wise, that you'd think would be good.
Yeah, it's got some talent behind it.
But
Brie Larson coming off of a Oscar win for The Room.
She was good.
My boy, John C. Reilly.
John C. Reilly.
Yeah.
Best part of the movie.
Okay.
John C. Reilly, I would probably give 8 thumbs.
Nice.
He was the best part of that movie. He was funny. His character was from Chicago. And he talked about liking the Cubs.
Oh, really?
So already,
See,
I was like, I like
all
this
the
guy.
character development you need.
I like
You're like,
this
I'm
guy
sold
right
with this
here.
guy. This guy's a real anti-Gaston to me.
They who is it? John Goodman's character.
Yeah, I like John Goodman.
He was. I mean, yeah.
But he doesn't have much to do.
No, they're the reason they go to this island. Like they're looking for something. John Goodman's
Kong?
Yeah, but they don't come out and say that at
Spoilers.
first. Oh, but, so Here's the problem also I had with the movie. Literally the first 5 minutes of the movie, you see Kong pretty much full on.
But that's kind of cool.
I didn't think so. They should have hit him a little bit.
You like the Jaws technique better?
Yeah, like
they did in Godzilla?
halfway through maybe, or not halfway, but I feel like they showed a lot right at the beginning.
Build.
Yeah, and I was like, come on.
Come on.
But yeah, Samuel L. Jackson's character was kind of like...
He's in this too.
Yeah, and he has something you will like. He says a line...
About a Royale with cheese?
No, he says, hold on to your butts. I was like, oh, little Jurassic Park throwback.
I do like that.
Yeah. But, I did like that the actors... I don't remember their names. But they're both in...
The Straight Outta Compton guys.
Yeah. Eazy-E and Dr. Dre are both in this. And I liked that. I liked that I saw them back together.
Are they like...
They didn't rap or nothing.
Are their characters like connected? Are they brothers or anything?
So, there's like 3 different teams going to this island. John Goodman and his assistant want to go there, but they have to figure out a way to get there. So they ask the government to we're getting out of Vietnam, and they're like, all right, we're going to send you in with this military escort. So they get Samuel L. Jackson's team to escort him in. And
I have a problem here, Chris. You're sounding way too eloquent, and it's making my review of Beauty and the Beast look terrible. So if you could really go off the rails a little bit, I'd appreciate it.
All right. It was okay.
I don't want to get more comments about. Let that funny guy talk more.
It just seems silly. Like they go in and they have to go through there's the island is hidden from the world by this constant storm, sort of like the snow castle.
Yes.
So you have to just fly through this storm to get to the island.
Kind of like Lost.
Yeah.
Okay.
So when they go in, immediately Kong starts taking down helicopters as soon as they get there.
And this is the first 5 minutes?
No.
Okay.
No, the first 5 minutes is a American pilot and a Japanese pilot during World War II.
Oh, and they stumble upon it.
They crash on the island.
Ah.
And then it fast forwards to the 70s.
Look at that monkey.
Yeah. Fast forwards to the 70s.
Okay.
So back to that, as soon as they get there, Kong's taking down the helicopters. And it kills some of Samuel L. Jackson's men.
Ah.
So he's like, I'm going to kill Kong.
So he's like the bad guy, kind of?
Kinda, because once you figure out that Kong actually isn't the bad guy,
nice.
He takes care of the island from these other things, the skull crawlers.
Yeah.
As John Cena's character.
Saw those in the trailer.
They're the real villains, and Kong kind of protects the island from them.
Nice.
So everyone else is like, yeah, you probably don't want to kill Kong. He's
good monkey.
Yeah, but Samuel L. Jackson doesn't care.
Yeah.
He's out for revenge.
Hold on your butts. I'll take care of Kong.
Mm-hmm. So they just plot overall fit.
What about the action?
The action was good.
Because I like the trailers. I thought the trailers looked really good. That's why I'm kind of disappointed to hear this.
The fight between the King Kong
and Skullcrawlers?
The Bane one at the end, that was pretty cool.
Nice.
I wish I would have saw it in IMAX 3D.
That's my thing, though. So you're giving this movie kind of a mediocre review. But I feel like I'm going to hate it even more if I wait until DVD or something.
Yeah,
because I'm going to see it on a tiny...
If you're going to watch it, go to IMAX 3D.
So you're telling me...
It has to be seen on the big screen.
Okay. So probably sneak into it.
Well, yeah. Don't pay
we're not,
for it.
We're not implying...
Well, pay for it because actors need to get paid and such, but...
Yeah, we support Hollywood.
Don't buy a ticket or something.
Okay. Yeah. Don't buy a ticket to pay for it. By seeing a different movie that you paid for.
Yeah.
Somehow that money will get there.
However you feel like you need to work that out.
Yeah, buy a ticket to Logan and then go to it.
Yeah, well, no, go see Logan.
All right. That was a good review. Do you have more to say, or are you going to...
No.
God. Simple, to the point. Everything that I didn't do for Beauty and the Beast.
John C. Reilly aces it.
Favorite thing about the movie?
Oh, yeah, he's funny.
And least favorite would be the plot, I guess? Or
Yeah. Yeah.
So, I do have one question. I don't know if you've heard this, but apparently this movie takes place in the same universe as the new Godzilla one. Without getting spoiler heavy, I guess, are there any ties between the two movies?
I don't know. Because I didn't see the new Godzilla.
Oh, you didn't?
So I don't know if, like, the company John Goodman works for might be, like, the same company mentioned or whatever. Because what year does the Godzilla take place? Like,
Present day.
Yeah.
So it's
and
kind of
this
weird.
is
The 70s, yeah.
So I don't know what they're doing there.
And my other Kong versus Godzilla, which is, I guess, the movie they're going to make, is...
Why?
I don't know. Apparently but based on what you said, Kong's kind of the good guy in this movie, too. And in the Godzilla, spoilers, he's also kind of a good guy. He's
Really?
kind of saving... Yeah, it's the same thing. He's saving the city or whatever from these, like, other creatures.
Oh.
These, like, Mugatus or whatever they're called. Muatos.
The clothes designer?
No.
Mugatu?
No, I'm saying that wrong. But, no, there's, like, these creatures that are kind of like the skull crawlers, pretty much. Bigger versions. And he saves them from them. But, so you got these two kind of good guys, so how are they going to fight each other? Who are we going to root for?
Maybe they're going to be together and they're going to fight Mecha Kong and Mecha Godzilla.
Maybe they'll just call it Kong v. Godzilla, but then they'll only have one fight scene, and then they'll say that they have the same mother's name.
Yeah.
And then they'll team up and beat somebody else. Beat up Doomsday.
Yeah, that makes sense. Doomsday's a monster.
And then I think Wonder Woman will show up, too.
Oh, if it's that Gal Gadot, I'm going to be watching that picture.
Because that Gal Gadot is one... You have to do it. You do better than me.
That Gal Gadot is one hot piece of ash.
All right. I love it. I think we've now had that line in every one of our episodes.
Is it always about Gal Gadot, too?
It is.
She's hot.
That's our, like, new... it's like our new... What's like a...
Catchphrase.
Yeah, I know. All right. The build-up is over. Time to get to the king of the beasts, if I may. Logan.
It's weird.
The final movie that we've both seen, thankfully.
Yeah. I've seen it twice.
Jeez, you gotta one-up me, don't you? Did a more eloquent review than I did, and now you're gonna probably have a better one than Logan, because you've seen it more, and you probably remember more. Chris?
You'd think that, but I drank a lot last night.
I'm gonna start with you. What do you think about Logan?
It's pretty good.
You're a liar. You're lying to me.
We'll start out, I would say, I'm going to give this probably 9.5 thumbs.
Yeah.
That is a really good movie.
That's a lot of thumbs.
It's it doesn't feel like a superhero movie. There's a few parts that are a little like superhero-y, in my opinion, or comic booky. Yeah. But overall,
I still got claws that come out of his
sure,
hands.
But I mean, Predator. So
stupidest comparison I've ever heard.
I thought it was acted well. Hugh Jackman did a great job. Patrick Stewart did a great job. The other actors did well.
There's
really not that many other actors.
Your big three are.
I don't know
Logan,
her name. It's
Professor X and Laura.
So like a Kennedy.
I also.
Laura.
You don't.
No,
you really
Laura.
don't. You don't. Remember back when I used to do the impressions and embarrass myself? I'm feeling a lot better about that Beauty and the Beast review now. I think we're really balancing the scales on us. We're both fools. Wouldn't expect any less. Chris, I love Logan. I'm also giving it a 9.5.
Yeah.
9.5 thumbs. Little cut in half thumb apparently, but.
Would you say?
I don't even know why I'm not giving it 10 because. Fuck it, I'm giving it 10. 10 thumbs from Elliot.
10 thumbs from Chris.
Yay!
It's the first perfect movie for us.
Yes.
Reviewing.
Yes.
Come on, it's a movie.
Because I'm thinking like I don't have real negatives that I don't have any real negatives that I think should affect the score.
Do you have some gripes and eggs or something?
Not really. I mean, I don't want to even get into them right now because I want to.
We don't talk about the goodness.
Yeah, we got to talk about how much we love this movie. This is fantastic, everybody. This is a game changer in the comic book world. Because
so I like that they went R, and I thought when they first announced that they were making a rated R Wolverine movie,
you just like
I was like, it's going to be
they're copying
bloodier.
Deadpool. They're just
I thought like Wolverine's character's never been like Deadpool. Like
no,
I knew why that was R because he was going to swear and be funny and stuff.
Yeah.
This I was like, oh, it's just going to have blood in it. Like it's just going to be bloodier.
But they swear
no,
too.
they this hard R.
Yeah.
They come out the gate swinging, swearing, chopping heads off.
But it works. It doesn't feel like they're just saying the
They're
F
not
word.
just doing it to be gratuitous.
No.
Like, it makes sense.
Like one of my this is a weird transition, but one of my gripes with the movie Sausage Party, an animated movie that came out last year, that was also R-rated, was that sometimes they said the F word and they're just saying it because they think it's cool because they're an animated movie and it doesn't actually fit like what the character would say.
Yeah, like they were. I thought the same thing with that movie. Where I was like, they're swearing just to swear. Like it doesn't.
It never feels like that in this movie.
No.
And it also doesn't feel like they're having gore or violence just to have gore or violence.
Right.
It's all because of what's happening. And this isn't like a Saw movie or something like that.
No.
Like you're not going to be like horrified or don't not see this movie because you think it's going to be too gross and bloody. Like it's fine.
If you saw any of the other X-Men movies with Wolverine in them, which is all of them, like when you'd see him stab people with his claws, you're just seeing more of the aftermath. Somewhat like you're just seeing more
being portrayed in a more realistic way.
Like one of the parts was when he's at the doctor, and you see his chest all like cut up.
Yeah,
like that was
from all the times he's had to heal and all that.
No, like it was like still cut open and stuff.
And he was still healing. From his...
like that. I was like, man, that is gruesome. But I mean, it was cool to see.
Yeah.
And Hugh Jackman had his shirt off.
Oh, no wonder you gave this 10 thumbs. You'd give it 11 if you could. I think the main reason why I found Logan to be such a awesome movie is because it was emotional. It had
a heart.
Oh, it had a full heart in a way that any other comic book movie has really gotten to.
Yeah, you feel the emotion and you feel the connection between Logan and Professor X. Mm-hmm. Like he takes care of him. Like
it's definitely a father-son relationship.
Yeah, and then you see the growing relationship between Logan and Laura.
Yeah,
like you see that developing too, and like it makes sense.
Are essentially,
it's his daughter because they used his DNA to make her.
It's all about the characters, I think. I mean, there's a plot to this, and it's interesting, and it's thrilling, and you kind of don't really know where it's going.
One thing I liked is when I saw the trailers, is that they definitely made it look like almost post-apocalyptic. And then when you watch it, it's just in 2029.
Yeah,
it's not that far.
It's not too far off.
Everything's pretty much the same. It's as it is now.
Yeah, there's some slight updates to technology that
like
they hint upon.
The semis drive themselves.
Yeah,
like that was cool.
But it's realistic, and it's not like you're in this crazy.
No, it's totally
Days of Future Past world. Kind of reminded me of the time period that the movie Looper took place in.
Yeah,
where it's just a slightly more technologically advanced version of the world we live in now.
Right.
Same thing with the show Black Mirror. They're kind of in that same weird future, but not too distant future.
I heard it's like a Twilight Zone type show.
It is. You would like Black Mirror. Give it a go. It's on Netflix.
Give it a little look-see.
Yeah, I recommend it to all the listeners. Black Mirror on Netflix. It's an anthology series, so just pick a random episode and go.
I also like that they don't really tie it together with almost any of the other X-Men movies, but they do reference them with the Statue of Liberty.
They do. I think that's why I recommend this movie to everybody, including those who, maybe have not seen X-Men movies or have only seen, maybe one or two, maybe someone who doesn't even like comic book movies. I recommend this movie to you.
Yeah.
I'd be shocked if you didn't like it. But for those of us who have seen the majority or all the X-Men movies, there's an extra layer to the onion there that you're gonna get out of this movie, and it's gonna make it even that more emotional because you've seen Hugh Jackman and Patrick Stewart, for that matter, rocking these movies for 17 so years.
Yeah,
there's some weight to these characters. In previous podcasts, I think I've mentioned how I thought this could be the comic book movie that kind of
to end all comic book movies.
No, to
get nominated,
to get some love from the Academy.
Yeah.
Having seen it, I mean, I sure hope it does.
Yeah.
Obviously, it came out in March, so we got a long way to go before we're at the Academy Awards next year. But it's by far my favorite movie of the year. It's a perfect 10 thumbs.
I would say,
but will the Academy?
I agree with you, and I'm gonna go on a limb here. I might get some negative comments, but I did like this better than The Dark Knight.
Man, that's high praise.
Didn't need to stop for that.
I had to get that Nick Cage in there.
Heath Ledger's the Joker. Home run.
Obviously.
Best part of Dark Knight. Movie overall, I think this is a better movie. I think Logan is a better story.
This movie is more. Doesn't have as much fat on it as Dark Knight.
it's a lean movie.
I love Dark Knight, and it's probably. It's a 9.5 to 10 for me as well. It's a fantastic movie, but I've said before that I think there's 15 minutes of that you could probably trim.
I would say there's stuff in the Dark Knight that I think lags. And when I watched Logan the second time, it literally still, I wasn't like, oh, it's getting a little laggy. I was like, oh, it's almost over. Wow. Like,
it's interesting. Even in the middle, when they end up meeting a family at the farm, that's all just still really interesting. This movie doesn't let go of you. You are, from the minute it starts to the minute it ends, you are just fully entertained and just enthralled by what you're watching on the screen.
If they gave at least the Dark Knight cred by nominating Heath Ledger.
Yeah, and it was the reason why they went from 5 nominations to now up to 10 Best Picture nominations.
I definitely think it deserves it. Yeah. It definitely deserves Best Picture nomination.
Yes.
I mean, I can't say...
it's probably not going to win. That would be insane. But
and, man, actor...
Hugh Jackman deserves it.
I was going to say Patrick Stewart.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not disagreeing with you. I mean, if I had it my way, this movie would get nominated for a whole slew of Oscars.
It'd be like
this would be
a new Return of the King.
Oh, for sure. This thing would sweep the awards. I can't say that. There's a lot of movies we haven't seen yet. But
and, I mean, we did just come out, and, obviously we're really high.
We're high on this movie. But there's no way this movie is not in my top 5 movies of the year.
Yeah. Do you think it is then the best Marvel movie?
I do, yeah. To be honest, this thing, you said you like it better than Dark Knight. I can't go that crazy because I remember loving Dark Knight a lot too when I saw that the first time, and I've only seen this movie once. I got to give it some time. But I can already tell you this movie is standing shoulder to shoulder with Dark Knight, so that's the only movie that I think's even got a chance of being called better than it. So, yes, by default, it's better than every other Marvel movie there's been. And that's not a knock on Marvel. They've done some awesome movies.
Yeah.
But this movie is freaking fantastic. Yeah. Just hit me in the right place.
Hit me in my feelings.
Oh, it totally did. I left this movie, when I was exiting the theater, I felt like I had just been through something. I was moved by this movie.
Yeah.
And then these stupid little teenagers, these little tweens, in the theater with me. We were walking out of the theater, and the first thing I hear, me and my wife Brittany had just left the movie. We could tell we're both in love with this movie. She cried 4 times during the movie.
I heard 5.
5 times? Holy moly, that's a lot of tears. She's pregnant, by the way, so she's emotional. Let's take that.
She was a weepy mess.
So we both really love this movie. So the first review I hear is from the tweens behind me that say, "Oh man, I thought this would be a little better. I thought there'd be some better action." They acted like they didn't like this movie, and I was just...
Like, were these...
My jaw hit the
floor. Were these tween girls or tween boys?
Boys. They were idiots.
Clearly.
I wanted to turn around and say, go back to your Transformers movies. These are for the adults. Get out of here.
I went to this movie at like 11 o'clock at night on a Friday, and I never do that. No. I always go to early morning shows on a Sunday, like by myself or with my friend, the fact checker.
And you actually texted me and said that you went at 11, and I assumed a.m.
Yeah.
Because I was like, there's no... one time went to a midnight screening with Chris McVinney. This is one time. This is a great story. He's already giggling. It was to Transformers 2.
Oh, it was a good
Revenge of the Fallen, right? It's a long movie. It started at midnight.
Oh, my God.
It was probably 2:20, probably. 2 hours, 20 minutes. And it ends with like a 40-minute action scene. And Chris is snoring loudly next to me while the loudest noises of explosions and stuff are happening. Do you know how bad of a movie you have to be to have noises that loud going on and still allow a man to sleep that heavily?
It was bad. It was bad. I wasn't even... That was during a sober period in my life, too.
Michael Bay, I'll tell you this. You're no James Mangold.
No. Get done with that movie on a Friday night at 11 and thought to myself, I almost wish I would have saw an earlier showing so I could have watched it right then again.
Just go on repeat.
And then I had to go at 10 o'clock in the morning on Sunday.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Oh, so yeah, you had 1 day buffer there, right?
Oh, yeah.
But still.
all Saturday I was like, man, I should go see that movie.
It's
again.
phenomenal. And here's the thing, too. Since it's a comic book movie, but it's not one of these crazy special effect comic book movies,
Yeah, no.
it's going to hold up very well when it comes out on Blu-ray or digital download or
Right.
whatever. So I'm going to rewatch the heck out of this movie.
And what's nice about it too, is since it is set in a near future, it's also gonna hold up. Like, it's not gonna feel dated,
No, because it's not trying to be this crazy,
like
over the top.
futuristic. Yeah.
It's not going to be like 2001 and we're like, well, 2001?
Yeah.
We're past 2001 and we don't have that technology.
Right.
Chris, I think it's time to get into spoilers.
So this will be the end of the episode for those of you who have not seen Logan yet. So this has been the first 2 beers. We hope you enjoyed. Those of you who have seen Logan, prepare to listen to some spoilers.
Warning's over. Spoiler time. Logan dies in this movie, Chris.
I was gonna say there was an albino.
No, that's too far. There's some things that just need to stay hidden.
Yeah, no, that one wasn't. I mean, in all honesty,
Yeah.
kind of assumed old James Howlett was gonna go.
Yeah, old man Logan.
But
We know this was Hugh Jackman's last run as the character. It only makes
Yeah.
sense.
the Professor X death,
Yeah.
did not see that coming. Especially just as long as he's been around,
How quickly?
it was sort of anticlimactic. All of a sudden, just stabbed in the chest by Logan Claus.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't
By
see
the
that
clone
coming, did
of
ya?
Logan. Yeah, you're really regretting if you're listening to this and you didn't see Logan, right? Because we're throwing these spoilers at you
Left and right.
very fast. Yeah. Logan clone, fantastic.
Which, so, when I saw it, I was like, it's the only point during the movie that when it happened, I was like, this has the potential to go off the rails now. Because I was like, this is going to get cheesy. Is what I thought, because I thought back to Terminator Genesis, and they had freaking young Arnold Schwarzenegger,
Yeah.
and I was like, oh, they're not doing this. And then it played out, and it was fantastic.
It made
wasn't
perfect
dumb.
sense.
He didn't talk. He just did exactly what they programmed him to do.
The effect was fantastic. It was
yeah.
great. It was the best. I'm assuming they use that CGI technology to
Right.
kind of make your face look young, like they've done in.
Carrie Fisher.
They did it in Rogue One. They did it in Civil War with Robert Downey junior You see this now in modern day movies. They try to make you look like you're.
You can be however old you want
Yeah,
nowadays.
they'll youthen you up. But this was done flawlessly.
Yeah,
like sometimes there's that uncanny valley. Not at all in this. This just looked like they grabbed Hugh Jackman from the
Yeah.
set of
I think they-
X2 and said, "Hey,
No, I feel like this Hugh Jackman too was even more svelte. Like he was more in shape,
Yeah.
even in the originals. Like because he was kind of actually,
a human."
yeah. The Hugh Jackman in like X-Men 1 versus like him in the Wolverine or the later ones, like he's way more ripped.
Yeah, he really dedicates himself to
Yeah,
that.
he was like, I gotta get way more shape.
But to be fair, little backstory on the original X-Men. He got that role literally like a week before they started filming.
Oh,
Because there was another actor who decided they wanted to be the villain
it was
in...
Eric Stoltz, wasn't it?
No. That's a good Back to the Future reference. No, there was the actor who plays the villain in Mission Impossible 2. Don't know who that actor is,
yeah.
but he chose that movie over being Wolverine in X-Men.
Mission Impossible 2?
Yeah, so
How long ago did X-Men come out?
it came out in the year 2000, I believe.
Holy
17 years ago.
cannolis.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, X-24 is, I guess, like the
title.
official name for him. Yeah, it was good. Like I said, I thought it could have got cheesy, and then it didn't. I mean, he stabs Professor X right in the chest.
It's smart. It's really the only way you could have a match for Logan, an equal match.
Yeah.
Because he's got to fight himself.
Which is,
Fitting.
yeah, Logan is he's old and he's dying, and
His powers don't work like they used to.
yeah, this X-24.
But he can still kill some humans pretty quickly.
Oh,
so
yeah,
if
humans,
it's
but
X-24, he had Logan beat.
so here's a side.
Logan needed some help from X-23.
I was just thinking about it because it's during one of the fights between X-24 and Logan that my brother brought up that he was like, that part was a little I don't know.
Over the top?
He got very fine-tooth combed with this one, where it was like, yeah, when X-24 slams Logan into the tree, and the tree goes through him.
Oh, that's at the very end. That's the killing. That's the move that kills Logan, essentially.
Yeah. Essentially, that tree shouldn't have been able to go through him because it wouldn't have been able to pierce the adamantium.
Oh, man.
The tree would have broke and it wouldn't have went through him.
We're getting into...
And I was like, oh, that's deep. But yeah.
They were getting into the semantics of like my Beauty and the Beast argument earlier when I was talking about how they had British accents instead of French.
Yeah, like,
Speaking
there's
French.
just some things you gotta let it go.
Yeah. I don't think I would have ever thought of that in my
Second
entire...
Frozen reference. Yeah, neither would have I. And my brother, who was a huge comic book fan, so I understand why he was like, hey. But he also probably gave this 10 thumbs.
Okay.
But yeah, that was a good fight. I mean, they fight him. He
Twice.
fights him twice.
Yeah. And really, he loses twice. I mean, Logan gets his butt kicked both times. The second time, luckily, he had that bullet.
Yeah.
That adamantium bullet is the only
I knew
reason.
that was coming. Once they showed that bullet, I was like, well, it's going to do something. That bullet isn't getting shown just for him to remember.
This is, this is a smoking gun.
The MacGuffin. That's,
yeah.
Well, not the MacGuffin, but
I thought
the
maybe,
thing.
but he could use it on himself too. That's
Yeah,
the
then
other thing.
I wasn't sure how it was going to go, but then once I saw X-24, I was like, let's see what it said.
I thought it was kind
But it
of.
was still great. Like, I still wasn't like, oh, I saw that coming. I was like, that was awesome.
It was kind of fascinating if you think about it. Logan talks about how that's why he has that bullet because he's thought about killing himself, and then how does he end up dying? He gets killed by himself.
Yeah. Oh,
A version of himself. He gets killed by a clone. I got to give props to James Mangold. I thought The Wolverine was okay. I thought it was an all right movie.
Rewatch it.
It's
I just rewatched it.
It was a step up from
Origins.
Wolverine Origins for sure, because that movie was terrible. But man, James Mangold bringing out the big guns. Once again, if we're going back to the Oscar talk, I'd put him up for Best Director too.
Oh, for sure. Well, we already said it.
These things aren't going to happen. I think the only shot it's got, Best Picture and probably Best Actor for Hugh Jackman.
Yeah.
Other ones are probably wishful thinking. I want to talk about some moments in this movie specifically, Chris.
What do you want to talk about, man?
Sounds like we just got so deep there. And then we're going to therapy. The two most emotional parts of this movie for me were the death of Patrick Stewart, of Professor X, and the death of Logan, naturally.
Sure.
I want to discuss those scenes in particular. When Hugh Jackman has just buried Professor X, and he is just choked
Deep
up.
scene.
He is choked up beyond belief, and he's just trying to get the words out of his mouth that like,
Oh, it's like there's water.
at
here,
least
like,
there's water. Like,
yeah. Trying to describe where he's buried.
yeah, trying to be like,
Make it its nice place.
hopefully that he would like it.
Yeah. Oh, that
Man.
was
That might be some of the finest acting of Hugh Jackman's career right there.
yeah. That was real good.
That was
But what I
that
liked
crushed me.
is that was a very emotional scene.
And then he has
then-
the freak out.
Yeah. He goes, you see him like his vein or his truck doesn't start. You see her point of view like looking and then looking back, he's like just hammering the truck with
Yeah.
I was dying. That was so funny to me.
Which that's because we needed that. We needed
Yeah,
a laugh.
like you had
because
to-
we think about what we had just seen. We saw that family, which we haven't really talked about much.
Yeah.
Which is like the one pit stop in the movie where they have a little happy moment, and then it all goes to
Professor
hell.
X even says it's one of the best nights he's had in years.
Yeah, because they meet this wonderful family and they're all having a good dinner, and then it goes to hell. The bad guys show up.
Hell in a handbasket.
X-24 shows up, and I can't believe they just slaughtered that family.
Oh, like
That poor family.
yeah.
And they slaughter him in such a ruthless order. They take the kid out first, then the mom, then the dad. The dad had to watch his whole family get killed.
Oh, it was. You didn't expect to see that in a comic book movie or like a superhero movie where you're like, they just literally murdered this whole family. Like
know.
they had nothing to do with it. They were just didn't matter. You're all dead.
In a normal
vicious murder.
in a normal thriller, it would have been sad because the dad probably died.
Yeah.
In this, they took out the whole family.
Even the kid gets it.
He gets it first. And it's not like, oh, he might survive. No,
Oh, no.
He gets ripped apart.
Yeah.
Oh, so that's devastating. Patrick Stewart gets stabbed and killed.
Yeah.
So we got that all building up. We need that laugh to be like, Jesus Christ. Thank you for a little humor to get me through that depression you just put me through.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
fantastic.
man, that was funny.
That whole sequence is just phenomenal.
Yeah, it was. I'm pretty sure my mouth was agape during that whole part where I'm like, what?
Yeah, because when X-24 shows up, you're like,
Who? Wait,
is this a dream?
yeah,
What happened?
You're like, is that really him? Like, did he just kill him?
Yeah. And then that's what I love too, when when Logan's carrying Professor X out, trying to save him, put him in the truck. He's like saying to him, he's like, it wasn't me, it wasn't me.
Yeah.
Because like that's the last thing, he doesn't want him to die, thinking that he was
killed him.
betrayed by
Right.
his like son, pretty much.
I like too that like when Hugh Jackman or Logan walks in there and sees X-24 walking down the steps with Laura like in the little chain thing, and they just like stare at each other. Like X-24 doesn't even care about him, and he's like, "What the hell's like?" What,
Yeah.
That was just. I was like, that would be so weird to like see yourself.
Yeah, a young,
Yeah, like what the hell's
absolute
going on?
at your prime version of yourself, just being ruthless.
And even I liked that they even made it. He didn't necessarily care that Laura was getting taken away.
No.
He was like, I gotta go check on Charles.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like
he was
I
still
just liked
developing that. That was the whole arc of the movie, is him
Yeah.
finding that connection with Laura.
Yeah.
Which is a good segue to the death scene, because that is also just absolutely brutal.
Yeah.
Because at this point, you can see that he's dying. This is going to be the end of Logan, which I know we're all saying, like, we kind of expected that to happen at the beginning of this movie, but there was a part of me that thought they might not have the guts to actually kill him off still, that he was going to like just walk off into the sunset, and that would just be how the movie ended, kind of leaving it up to the imagination of what happened
Yeah.
next. But no, he
went for it.
He does not survive this movie, and it was the right call, because the closing of this movie is fantastic. Like you said, he dies in her arms, and they have that moment where she calls him daddy. And I think his last line, his last words that he says before he passes on is, this is what it feels like.
Yeah.
Because referencing back to
this is what it finally really feels like. Something like
something
that.
around, because it's something that Professor X mentioned during that dinner scene of like, Logan, you have never had a chance to basically have a family or care about someone in such a loving way that.
That's how you took that, huh? Because that is not how I took that.
How'd you take it?
I took it as he has been essentially killed so many times, like, because he can regenerate.
Wow, this is not how I took it at all.
Yeah, and once he said, like, this is what it feels like, him actually dying.
You thought it more as like, this is what real death feels like.
Yeah, that's how I thought. That's what I thought he meant.
Maybe it's a mixture of both, because
Maybe I'm just right.
I don't think so. I know it's got to be at least a portion of mine, because he's looking at his daughter, and she just called him daddy for the first time.
That's true, and because I definitely did not think of that.
Really?
Yeah, I just thought that I was like, it.
I got to tag the fact checker in. I got to get his opinion.
Okay.
You may speak. What do you think?
I agree with you, Elliot. I think he's talking about.
All right, you're done talking.
It's what it feels like to be a family, to have a daughter.
But you guys see where I'm coming from.
Yeah, I totally see where you're coming
Yeah, and actually, I think that's a real smart way to look at it, because, like you said, he's died thousands of times, and this is what real death feels like.
Right. Which, for people who are unaware, there's a reason why he dies. A lot of people who are like, well, he can't die because obviously he regenerates, he doesn't die.
Yeah, it's his whole power.
It's, there's a part in this movie that's like subtly said kind of that the reason there's no more mutants is that they were kind of eradicated by this like
Using products and stuff like
using
that.
products, and it's taken his away. It takes longer for him because he can regenerate, but it took his regeneration slowly away.
still
so
affecting him.
slowly going away, and then the adamantium in his body was slowly poisoning him also.
Because obviously, if you have your body filled with metal, you're not going to survive very long. If
And
you
the
can't.
only reason he could is because he had the
power.
regeneration. So with that gone and slowly going away, the poison or the metal was killing him. Everything, like he getting in battles now, was actually harming him, leaving
Yeah.
scars. Like,
It was just a matter of time.
yeah, he was gonna die.
It was getting stretched out as long as it could, but he was going down.
Fighting that X-24, that was gonna be rough. Like,
Well, once that tree branch or whatever the heck went
Yeah.
through him, the gaping hole that he had in his
You ain't gonna.
upper body, I was like, this is it. He's not going to make it out of
You
that.
don't come back from that.
No, that death is.
It was good. I mean,
It's so sad, but it's almost a happy sad because at least he got that moment with his daughter before he died. Final scene of the movie. The kids, which we haven't really even talked about these kids at all.
the New Mutants,
Yeah.
which that's I'm sure where they're gonna go with it.
Hopefully. That'd be a fantastic way to
It's
continue on this.
Be a good Paul Blart way into that. That's how I say segue now.
I had no idea what you were talking about for a second. I was like, what? Oh, Bart.
Paul Blart that. Good segue. Anyway, so last scene, they bury him, and she recites the
quote from
the movie.
Shane.
The movie they watched earlier with she watches with Professor X.
Oh, you're going to recite it for me,
yeah,
Chris?
I am. So
That's a quick fact checker right there.
the line she says at his grave is, "There's no living with a killing. There's no going back from it. Right or wrong, it's a brand that sticks. There's no going back. Now you run on home to your mother and tell her everything's all right and there aren't any more guns in the valley." That's from the movie Shane.
I said that.
I know.
Okay.
I'm just There's also another good quote here that says, "Logan, I have to pee."
True.
Said by Professor X.
I thought you were bullshitting. Now I remember that part in the movie. Because he's old, he's got to take care of him, so he has to help him pee. He's at 90, he's fucking 90, or whatever he says. So she reads that quote.
Yeah.
One thing I noticed during that scene is that one of the little kid mutants, the little kind of pudgy African-American boy, was holding a Wolverine toy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I didn't actually notice that, too.
And I was like, look at that. So then they start to walk away, and the camera's just showing the cross that they've made out of, sticks. And he got buried on the border of Canada, which is very appropriate as well. Because
He's Canadian.
He's Canadian, yeah. So it's a fitting way for him to go.
He calls himself Old Knucklehead sometimes.
Does he really?
He does.
Sometimes I don't know when to believe you.
Just for real.
That's crazy. So they walk away. It's on that shot. And I'm thinking, like, it'd be cool if that little kid runs back and puts that toy on the grave. I'd be like, what a nice way to close the movie. And then the writers and James Mangold, the director, said, well, screw that idea, Elliot. We've got the perfect way to end this movie. X-23 comes back. She takes the cross and moves it sideways so it becomes, fittingly, an X. Oh, that got me. It did. That was
really good.
brilliant. That was such a smart way. And that's how
it ended.
because he was an X-Men.
He was.
Absolutely fantastic movie.
Was.
The more we talk about it, the more I just want to go see it again. I know we're wrapping up, but I think we have to address this. The fact that there's comics of the X-Men in this movie.
Yeah. I thought that was really cool.
Done to
I liked that.
fantastic effect.
That's actually a plot point.
Because they showed it in the trailers, and we thought it was a cool little reference to be like, oh, look, they put him in the yellow and the blue spandex. But it is mentioned often, and like we said, the little kid has a Wolverine toy.
And it shows that X-Men or this stuff was happening in a real world. Like,
Yes.
the X-Men were real. They obviously made comic books about them, which is what would happen in real life.
They've been almost become myths. They've become larger than life.
I think they said it's been 25 years since there's been mutants.
I don't know.
So there's only very, very few of them.
There's so much we can talk about this movie. We didn't even talk about the fact that Professor X essentially killed all the X-Men probably.
Yeah, we did. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it's not directly said, but it's in there that there was an incident where they were at and mutants died, as well as some humans were harmed, right?
Definitely from the cause of something Professor X did.
Yeah, which we see in the movie when they go to that casino town.
Yeah.
That seems pretty sweet, too.
Yeah. Because that was real cool.
Because Logan's just fighting with all his might to try to beat whatever the hell the hell Professor X is doing to him.
Yeah.
To doing to everybody around him.
Immobilizing everybody in the area.
And also in that scene, I thought to myself, what a shitty way to die if you were one of those, like, bad guy soldiers, yeah. Because
stabbed.
you saw the guy's eyes shift so he could see Logan coming,
Yeah.
and then a claw just goes through your skull and you're dead. But you cannot physically move. I'm like, that was haunting to me. I was
That
like,
would be the worst.
I was like, please, Lord, don't take me that way. Any other way would be better than that. Do not let me be a frozen mime figure that can only see through my eyes while 3 blades just jam through my skull.
Only see through my eyes.
Did I really say that?
Yeah.
Oh, man. I'm bringing my A game tonight, folks. We got to wrap this up. Moral of the story. I forgot we even talked about 2 other movies, to be honest with you. Moral of the story. Watch Logan.
This is the one to beat.
Mm-hmm. And this
For all other movies coming out this year.
This is
the movie to beat. Don't reboot Wolverine in 2 years either.
Oh,
Any
please.
studio.
No.
Just leave him alone.
Let Logan rest.
Yeah.
Come on. He had a tough life.
Put in 17 years for you.
Yeah, relax.
Jesus.
You just made a masterpiece. Let it sit with us for a while. Let us enjoy it.
Yeah.
It was fantastic.
Don't reboot it at all. Let Hugh Jackman be the only person to ever play Wolverine.
Yeah. He can come back in like 20 years.
Yeah, that's
I don't know how. This is a real random thing, and I know we're saying we're wrapping it up.
Trying to wrap up.
We're trying to wrap up, but whatever. We keep finding interesting things to talk about. There was a slight part of me that was waiting for that, like, Carrie ending, where his, like, claws shoot through the grave at the end, which would have really sucked. Would
I'd have
have
been like, oh,
You had me up until the
ruined
last 2 seconds.
Yeah, I think that about does it for Logan, Chris. I think we've discussed it pretty thoroughly.
that's about all I gotta say about all that.
Till next time, kids. It's been the first 2 beers with Chris and Elliot.
Peace.